Honorable Speaker, I rise to support my cut motions and oppose the demands. I will speak on demand number 1, 3, 4, 24 and 62. Demand number 1 about Legislature Secretariat. There is a long-standing demand from our people in Aldona constituency and across Goa also that we need to have a statue of Dr. Jack the Siqueira, who is the father of the opinion poll. We should have one in the assembly complex, and because of him, we have got our Goa as we have it here. As far as the demand number 3, District and Sessions Court, North and South Goa, there are 2 issues I want to mention. The court actually needs about 12 staff. Each court needs 12 staff. But presently, fast track court is being given 7 staff, and some places 9 or 10 staff. So we need to have justice, because what happens is, if the infrastructure is not there to back up the judges in delivery of judgments, dictations and work being carried out, it becomes difficult. Plus, now with computerization, you require people who are computer literate or computer friendly, who know how to handle computers. So this is something also which is required. So I speak about the staff which is needed, and so that if you can provide the staff, I think we will be able to give relief to many of the judges in the courts. That will also come for the people. As far as North Goa court building is concerned, when sometimes I have visited the court room, there are leakages in the building, and sometimes the leakages are just small, minor, but no work is done despite requests. I found out the requests have been made, but not much. Nobody comes to attend unless it's a major work. And I don't think the government should wait for the building to collapse or a part of the building collapse and then to start the work, because a stitch in time saves 9. So I would request the government also to quickly look into this, so that the judiciary does not have to keep on writing again and again only for these things. I'm also told that the chamber and AC chamber work of the judges has not been done, so that if it can be completed, so that you can have chambers and the AC is put up for the judges. Notaries on demand number 10.
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
1 minute. Are you referring to the new premises or the existing premises?
Existing premises. New premises yet to be ready. As far as the new premises, I would just like to ask the Honorable Minister. The project commenced on 6th October 2016. The stipulated date for completion was 15 July 2024. And it says that 95% of the work is complete. At least I see this on the GISIDC website. But it's not yet functional, not yet operational, maybe for logistical reasons or maybe other things, maybe fine last aspects to be done. If I can request, then you don't have to spend money in this building. If you can make this building or new building operational, I think it will save you money and time. Only speed up the work, that 5% which remains, if it is 5%, whatever. You can see it actually is almost complete. There's also one more request I have. Now in this building, when it was under construction, I had gone there because there is the CMM, this thing over there. You see a plot of land. What they do is, they think of the building, they think of the parking for the judges, they think of the parking for the court staff. What about the parking for the litigants, the witnesses, and other people who come, lawyers also? I think you may have to acquire some additional land, because otherwise it will be a choco-block over there. That road itself is narrow. Look at Margaon District Court. You're having a building on the side of it. New one is coming up. What about the parking? Right now, the parking itself was insufficient with the existing building, and you're opening this one. So only I'm requesting, make provision for the parking so that everyone can, and there's no problem coming and going. As far as demand number 62, law, let me be frank. Sometimes I see, in the High Court, I see a huge team of lawyers, which is like a football or maybe 2 football teams there. I don't know what they do, because when I was the additional government advocate, just 3 of us were handling matters in the High Court. And between 3 courts, we were also public prosecutors, so we know what we were handling, so many matters every day. And having people just there shaking your tail makes nothing, because at the end of the day, you have to pay them also for them to be there. So therefore, I say you can trim it. You can have a certain number of them. I don't say how many. And work can be distributed so that they can do a reasonable amount. They can get their daily whatever amount because they have a limit. And monthly they can earn well instead of keeping them like on dole. So, and those who are of no use, sometimes I know that people request, put me, but then finally they don't get allocation of work. Because they are not so good, or maybe for many reasons, case may not be entrusted to them because they're not civil, they're not criminal, whatever the reason. But if you streamline and you have a certain number, I think even the learned advocate general will be able to communicate with them in a more efficient and effective manner, and you can have a strategy on how you're handling a matter, how you're defending, or take across the board a uniform stand. As far as Made case is concerned, the other day we saw a huge, because it was in relation to the bills. I will never question what is the bill of a lawyer because I myself am a lawyer. But what I say is unwanted people should not be there. Keep a team. I don't mind that team should be good because that is talking of the interest of our state. So I don't mind that team being good, but put really good and effective people who can deliver, not some showpieces who will go there either before the tribunal or before the Supreme Court. There is one grievance which I have got, Honorable Speaker. आमचे बिल येतात तेन्ना आमकां बिल सकाळीं दितात आनी 2 दिसां पास करतात. पयलीं म्हाका उगडास आहा ते बिल येता तेन्ना नोटिफाय करताले गॅझेटाचेर. मागीर नोटिफिकेशन जातरी मागीर बिल हाडटाले असेंब्लीन. See, I believe that unless you introduce, you will not make it public. I don't know. You see the procedure which is being followed. But at least people had knowledge. Some people can give comments. Some people give suggestions, whatever it is. Today we find the bill as passed is being notified and the bill comes afterwards, several months later. What's the point? So this is what I want to say, because the bill is so that people have knowledge, people may be able to make statements, suggestions, and it will be in the interest of the government to consider or not to consider. There is one complaint which I have received, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Minister, I want to draw your attention. The online system which was made is a good system so that you can have no corruption for the purpose even of giving an appointment for doing notarial deeds, registration deeds in the offices of the sub-registrar. But I am told that as far as online approval for public will, successions, deeds, these things have to be done in person. That online system was proposed, but it has not been implemented or not made effective as of now. And they say that they have to go again and again, and then finally this is where the corruption wheel starts. There are agents also in the registration office who are there to help you to speed up the process. We can eliminate this. Also, I request the government to make a time-bound approval for the purpose of registration. So you fix a time within which the registration is approved or not approved. As far as notaries are concerned, demand number 10, I would only request that increase the number of notaries so that they can service more people, especially in the hinterland villages. Environment, demand number 24. One thing, Honorable Speaker, kenna CRZ violations atanna, we should not allow it because the dangers. Under the Portuguese law, Honorable Minister will know, the earlier thing was 90 meters was the no development zone, and from the sea, and 10 meters from the river. Now the CRZ regulation has brought 200 meters and 100 meters or half the width, whatever is less. But what I want to say is, if there are violations, we must act with expediency, that means with speed. The moment you act with speed, you stop people after from crying and say, so much of my money is gone, so much of my investment is gone, my family is dependent, then you don't have these kind of things. The other thing is, what about people who have already been there for so long? Honorable Speaker, the Anjunche problem zalo tanna, after a High Court judgment, I had given certain suggestions and I had made a draft for these people. I will just pass that. एक minister, दोन speaker. I'll just pass, meantime I will just read. I know CRZ regulation is not within the domain of the state government, but what I had made a suggestion that an amendment could be made because that is within your power to recommend such type of an amendment. I'm not saying you pass it, I will not mislead you, but what I've suggested is so that my suggestion is in paragraph 6. The dwelling units of traditional coastal communities, including fisherfolk, tribals, on their own land. Please understand this. I'm not talking of trespassers, I'm not talking of encroachers. On their own land, which they have acquired statutory right. Why I say statutory right can also be munkars, to the extent acquired under the Goa, Daman and Diu Munkar protection, but which have not obtained formal approval from concerned authorities under the aforesaid notification, shall be considered by the respective CZMAs, and the dwelling units shall be regularized subject to the following condition, namely, 1, not more than 50% of the premises is used for any commercial activity. 2, these are not sold or transferred to non-traditional coastal community. So it remains with the fishing community or the coastal community. It's not that you regularize and you get somebody from Delhi, Bombay or Haryana or somebody coming and buying it and doing something there. Why I'm saying this is 50% for commercial ankita munta. Honorable Speaker, तूक याद आसतले ते आमके नुस्तेकार आहलो तेन्ना ते foreigner tourist एक दोन रूमान दोताले things जोडटाले and ते तुका 24 hours 365 days ते दोऱ्यान वचनात. So at least things जोडू मेळटाले. So now today एक दाखलो एक restaurant कितें गायले जाल्यार म्हणलो at least half the house has to be used for this purpose आनी दुसरी तूं रावत थिंगा. So this is why I'm saying that not more than 50% of the premises is used for any commercial activity. So they can earn. They don't have to go abroad, they don't have to go on the boat, they can do this only. This is a suggestion which I'm saying if the government of Goa pushes this, I think we can have this in a big way going through. As far as environment also is concerned, 24. Honorable Speaker, you know that आमगे सद्दां complaint येतात, petition आहात High Courtan about sound pollution. And it is impossible for our mamladars, deputy collectors and the limited staff of pollution control board to keep running. Every time phone calls, they run from this corner to that corner. So I would request that increase your number of staff. If you want, keep them on contract basis, whatever way. And so that at the season time especially, I'm not even saying 24/7 and by 365, but at least in season time, if you can consider recruiting certain staff for that period, I think it will go a long way to mitigating the problems people are having.